I'm Scott Al Miller. It is the 15th of March 2022. This is my daily vlog. Today I decided I don't have a lot going on. I mean, I'm busy. I have a lot that I've got to do, which has been the story of the week, but I didn't have a lot of interesting things happening today, and I really want to show more of what I'm doing. And I didn't have a lot of chance to get up and do that this morning because I did have a lot of things that I needed to do, just errands and stuff around the house. I had to run to the bank and deal with some stuff. And so I decided that I needed to get out and go for a walk and show you guys around a little bit because that's fun. And I was like, where should I go? And it occurred to me that I have yet to take you guys to El Centro and actually show you the city itself. I'm constantly showing neighborhoods. I'm not showing downtown. Why? I don't know. We got to do that. So today we're starting off with a quick walk up to Zaragoza, just because that's the path I'm going to take to downtown, and swing past the gorgeous Iglesia Zaragoza, one of my favorite places in the city. Show that real quick. Just want to show off how gorgeous that is. It's just up the street from where I live, and I don't know what's going on here. Something, all kinds of things. Every little wall hides so much stuff. That is apparently the Baptist High School, the Colegio Bautista, and I am currently walking east on Segunda Calle Norte. So I'm pretty close to the middle. Zaragoza is currently behind me, and I'm at a big intersection at the First Baptist Church. So I gotta wait for the traffic to clear a little bit. We'll be right back. All right, traffic is a bit lighter. You can see the First Baptist Church right here on my right as I walk by. And I'm pretty close to Centro already. We're gonna be there any second. I'm just coming under the Hostel Nica. You can sort of see it above me there. It's a beautiful day for a walk, and I went to go out, and Dominica's like, are you really going out now? Because I actually had to wait to start the video because of the noon sirens going off. And she's like, it's a little bit bright and hot because, you know, it's 98 today, so we're a little bit warm. It's kind of cloudy though, so it's actually quite pleasant. And this is Poco a Poco, often ranked the top hostel in Nicaragua, right there over my shoulder. Nice quiet place, not a party hostel. It's a nice place to just actually stay and get sleep kind of hostel, but it's pretty close to downtown, so a lot of people like to stay there and can walk to things when they want to go out drinking or whatever. Right, we're gonna take a little break. I'm gonna try to show you a few of the churches because there's several churches downtown and just some nice architecture. And it's noonish, so there's a bit going on. A lot of traffic as people come down for lunch or for business or whatever. But this is a pretty nice walk. I like doing this, and we're gonna be at the convent in just a second. Downtown is dotted with churches and monuments, and this is La Merced and its associated park. There are plazas and parks all throughout the downtown area, and it's really gorgeous. There's just a lot to come see, and if you're actually here to walk around and get something to eat or just hang out, it's actually a beautiful place to do so. It's a very livable city. One of the many reasons that we choose to live here ourselves is that it's a very accessible city. The things that you actually want to do, you're able to get to, and for us, we actually come into El Centro to do things on a regular basis. We come here for food and shopping and just to walk around. We pay our bills here. We do clothing shopping here. I'm going to turn around. There's actually, you know, all over, there's plenty of regular retail. The style is very different than you're used to in North America, but the same types of shopping. We have no malls. That's pushing it a little bit. We do actually have a mall, and we do go there sometimes, but it's very small compared to malls in the United States. It's mostly a couple anchor stores, a cafe, and a few things in an air-conditioned space. And here, large plazas and malls tend to have the grocery store in them, like La Colonia or La Union. So that's a little bit different than what we're used to. But the parks and plazas are quite busy all the time. And of course, we're in them as well. You actually do tend to get a snack or get a drink and come out and just sit under a tree, enjoy the benches. Something you don't tend to see nearly as much in the United States, where people avoid the outdoor public spaces for the most part. Here, they're very, very usable and quite attractive. Of course, we have an outdoor lifestyle, so the idea that you're going to stay in air conditioning all day long is not very common, and people really enjoy being able to get out and enjoy simply being outside in the fresh air. There's no end of beautiful places downtown. There are parks and monuments everywhere, but the main plaza is clearly the main plaza, and the city is centered around the Basilica. The beautiful, it is the top tourist attraction. It is the point of reference for everything in town. All of the roads are numbered from it. It is encircled by the main Rubén Darío and Avenida Central, and around it are first, and then all of the roads get numbered as they move away from the Basilica. So I'm currently walking from one of the national monuments into the plaza, and this is the Basilica appearing behind me. And on future episodes, we're definitely going to go tour it. One of the famous things to do in town is to go up and stand on its roof. You can only be up there for a few minutes for structural integrity reasons, and I'm in the middle of the pigeons here. I don't know if they're all going to fly right around me. This is a little bit obnoxious. That's a lot of pigeons. Anyway, so this is the plaza, and this is the Basilica. And it's neat living in a place where we walk past the Basilica all the time. Like, this isn't like a special thing that I have to come out and see. It's in the middle of where we go all the time, and all of the buildings around the plaza are just absolutely fantastic and beautiful. And we have this big fountain in the middle, and you can see that the place is crowded. It is loaded with people who are actually out here enjoying it because it is a beautiful public space. We have another gazebo out here like many plazas in Nicaragua have. A lot of students come out here. There's tons of stalls, so people are really buying food and shopping for small items. It's a popular place to come shop, and all of the big plazas are full of markets, whether they're little ones like this one that are just little stalls that are set up, or other plazas sometimes have the really giant markets that are more permanent installations. And of course, you get tourists, and our friends who own Puesta del Sol are standing right here completely at random that I'm walking by and run into them. That's how, even from the beach, everyone comes up here. All right. ¿Cómo están? En YouTube. Oi.
Aló, aló.
Hola.
¿Tiene un canal YouTube?
Sí. León is just such an interesting city. You can spend so much time just people watching and doing things that you expect to do in big cities. The one thing that I generally don't like that is lacking is there are very few outdoor cafes, which is weird considering the type of city it is and the overall culture. It's something you would expect to be able to find. There are a few, Pani Paz being one, El Cesteo just behind me, but in general, there aren't that many. There should be many, many more, many closer to the plazas. It's something that's lacking. There isn't actually the strong coffee culture that you would expect in Nicaragua, being one of the big countries for producing coffee. This is still the Basilica that I'm walking around, and these beautiful lion statues of different types all around the city, and then the seminary here behind me. There's just so much great stuff to see. A walking tour of downtown León would be a lot of fun to do, to see architecture, people, famous places. This, of course, was the first capital of the revolution here in Nicaragua. There is political history, religious history, colonial history, pre-Columbian history. Everything has happened here, plus the destruction of the original city in a volcanic eruption. This is the new city where they had to move after that. So it's a lot of fun here. I'm gonna continue a walk. I'm gonna head more to the east and then circle back through some of the south side of downtown. On the east side of downtown is the Central Market. This is right against the Basilica. I'm actually touching the wall of the Basilica with my hand as I look at this. So as we're looking, let's go check this out. The market goes on for quite some ways. It's a huge building and it's all the surrounding streets. There's a combination of outdoor stalls in the market building, indoor stalls, and then all along the streets around it, there are really small little shops that basically face the market, and you can see them over my shoulder as I go, that create this whole market complex. So it really turns into sort of an outside mall experience, much like you would expect in an outlet mall, except it's all just locally owned shops. Most of them have no names. It's just people selling all kinds of different things, but truly everything you need is down here. So we actually do go shopping out in the market as a real thing, even if you're doing something simple like getting a set of keys made, or need to pick up a chair, or need to get different food items. Pretty much everything is sold down here. So you just have to know where to go. The hardest thing is that there's no directory. So learning where things are and how to find them is very, very difficult. And it takes a long time to navigate and figure out how it all works, because it's not at all obvious in any way. And of course, traffic down here is kind of a mess. So that's a lot of fun to have to navigate all the time as well. But it makes for a very interesting experience. And if you're gonna live here, being able to shop at the market is pretty important. I'm actually coming right back up on the Basilica as I head back west again. I'm walking west now on the south side of Centro, just going past the Hotel Austria, which is a major location, I guess, downtown. Very large hotel. As far as I know, it's named after the Austrian park right around the corner, which is a gift of the Austrian government. There are a number of, obviously in large cities, in a place like this, you get a lot of gifts from other governments. Same as in the US, but it's lost in the US in a sea of other things. Here, there aren't that many large buildings or really impressive structures. And so the few that are from somewhere show up quite a bit. I just want to turn around and point out these buildings behind me it's a pretty cool intersection. I'm not actually sure what all of that is, but it does look pretty neat. And we're just south of the Basilica, about to get run over. So I'm gonna hustle just a little bit. So today, I do have a lot of editing I have to do because I have no video ready for tomorrow. So as soon as I'm back from this recording trip, I'm gonna be heading to the beach, hopefully with Juan Carlos. I think we can share a taxi because he's got to come into the city to do banking. And we will zip out to the beach, and I will spend the rest of the day out there editing. I don't know when I'm coming back. So I have no plans for the rest of the day. I do have a little bit of meetings. I do need to work, so I'll do that from the beach. Really looking forward to being able to do my editing at the house and not needing to go back and forth and having everything in one place and just way more organized. But for now, I have to do these emergency trips to and fro to organize everything. We did find out Paul is actually going to be home early. He's in Costa Rica as I'm recording this, but he managed to get a rapid test, and as long as everything goes well, they're just going to throw him in a taxi because it's actually not that expensive, and drive him to the border. And because of not needing to get hotels and stuff, it kind of justifies sending a taxi for him. So a taxi is leaving from up here to go pick him up. So we'll see him sometime tonight. Now, the quick story with that, he didn't check his messages from me to know that he wasn't supposed to be bringing all this camera gear back with him. I had bought it knowing that I had gotten all the stuff that he was supposed to bring back weeks ago, had it staged and ready, and made sure it was really small and light. Then I managed to get some good deals on some equipment that I needed, and so I said, well, I don't know if I'll get these good deals again, and I'm glad I did because they're already gone from my supplier. And hold on, I'm gonna turn around a little bit. This is Mi Juana's. It's a bar I really like to go to. And this, I believe, is the theater, the León Theater. It doesn't actually have any obvious name on it, but it really looks like it's a theater, and it's a beautiful, beautiful building and landmark here next to the bar. This square right here, this block that I'm walking past, is kind of the party block in León. I'm actually gonna change directions here due to traffic. This is me now heading south, away from El Centro. I'm heading towards Guadalupe, and La Borillo will be appearing on my right. Not the church, the neighborhood will be appearing on my right as we go. I'm currently going past Oasis del Sabor, an oasis of flavor, and heading towards Don Pepe's Steakhouse. So a bunch of this equipment arrived, and Paul didn't check his messages from me from last week, right? They were from Thursday, so he had 5 days of warning. And it said, I don't know if these things are going to arrive. I ordered some stuff because I got a good deal. They're not expected to bring them with you. I didn't order them for the purpose of you bringing them with you. I got them because they're going to be staged, and when I go the next time to Texas, I'll just grab them. So just leave them there. And he never read the messages and was like, oh, this stuff's so huge and it weighs so much, I can't believe I have to bring this back. We're like, you weren't supposed to get that. Now it's too late. It's in your luggage. You're on your way to the airport. So the upside is my cool new 7 artisan lenses supposedly are on their way, and I should have them tonight. So I'm excited about that because I've got that cool 7.5 millimeter fisheye and that 50 millimeter portraiture lens, both manual focus, huge maximum apertures. And Liesel's also really looking forward to getting to play with them. So that's cool. Like, it's neat that they're coming and I don't have to get them sometime later, but that was not what was supposed to happen. Oh, there's a little kitty watching me. Always cats, lots of cats. This is actually a beautiful street that I'm walking down. I like it quite a bit. And we're just gonna come past a little lunch place here. I don't know how easy it is to see these places. Oh, I know you can kind of get a feel for what downtown luncheries look like. There's several places that open up only for lunch, and they just do these little dining areas. It's kind of cool. So I'm coming up on 4th. I've now walked down to the point where it's 4th, and we're now right on the southern edge of El Centro. If I go left, kind of still in El Centro. If I go forward, I'm in Guadalupe, and if I go to the right, it is La Barrio. So I'm gonna come up. This is actually a very high sidewalk. I don't know if you really notice. I'm standing well above the cars here. So I'm standing at the intersection. This is a common thing in León to have these really high sidewalks, which is nice because there's no way to be hit by a car. A car could completely lose the control, hit right next to me, and it wouldn't touch me. It would scare the crap out of me for sure, but it's weird. Here, I'll get a little. So that is La Barrio behind me. And that is Guadalupe heading out that way. And we've got downtown up there. All right, let's head on back towards La Barrio. I'm nearly back to the Iglesia of La Barrio, so I'll be home pretty soon. It's been a nice walk, and it's one of the city buses. And so last night, I didn't get a chance to catch up on this. Dominica made chicken pot pie for dinner, which was awesome. She did it with a biscuit crust because, like I said yesterday, we're still working on how to do pie crust here in the traditional way, but the biscuit crust was awesome. It was such a nice change of pace. That is a flavor we have not had for a long time with seitan and American style chicken stew, sort of. Dominica made it all from scratch. Not the seitan, she bought it this time. She'll make it from scratch next time. It was really good. The kids both really liked it. I think they're craving a lot of those flavors from home for obvious reasons. So that was nice. And then in the evening, Lisa, Luciana, and I watched the Dora movie, which is Dora and the Lost City of Gold, maybe, together, which was really cool because it's very rare that we can get Luciana to watch a movie with us, and she thought that was a lot of fun. And both of them were like, why are kids' movies so weird like this? Who knows? But it was pretty cool because Luciana to a little degree, but Liesel to a huge degree. Dora the Explorer was her jam when she was little. Luciana mostly knows it as a thing that Liesel watched all the time. She was never herself really that into it, but for Liesel, it was her thing. Like the Wiggles and then Dora the Explorer. Luciana never had any shows that she was so into in the way that Liesel was. So we don't remember them in the same way, but definitely Dora the Explorer and the Wiggles, over different periods of her life, Liesel would just watch them over and over again. And everything she owned at one point was Dora the Explorer. She had all the Dora the Explorer video games, which Luciana was into as well. And she had all the Dora the Explorer series so she could watch them and knew them all by heart, and just so much time spent watching those. It's so weird now because, of course, those things disappear. That kids don't keep watching them and don't think about it anymore. Just like I don't keep watching. I don't even remember what the shows were that I used to watch that would have been similar. But when something like this comes out, it's like, oh my gosh, this is so nostalgic, because for us, it was only 8 years ago that Liesel was watching those several episodes every day. So to us, it's a recent thing. For her, it's this murky part of her past, but even for her, she's like, oh my gosh, Story of the Explorer, we gotta watch this. So it was a nice time. We really enjoyed getting to spend the time together. Work on the Rancho over at the new Simple Bar started on Monday, yesterday, and we're taking down the existing Rancho, building out and putting in one twice as big. There's a lot of work that goes into that, so it's gonna take most of the week. I came out today on Tuesday, and I'm gonna show you where we are right now. All of the videos you've seen before, there was a roof here. This is now wide open space. Everything is gone. We are completely clear. I'm gonna step down to the beach here and show you there's nothing here. You can also see Brian's new place is coming along quite a bit. Now, let's head inside because the new roof is here. They just have to put it up. Obviously, putting it up is the real work, but taking it down is a bit, and shipping this stuff in is huge. So they're actually working on it right now. This is what it looks like when it comes in. It smells like we're in a barn in Western New York. It smells like fresh hay, because it essentially is. And this just goes on and on. All of this is going to be the new roof, and there's more over here. There's a lot of it, and the guys are working on the poles that hold the whole thing up right now. Everybody's here, so I'll put them on YouTube. They were not expecting this. And this is the posts actually being prepared right now. So they have to shave them down and turn them into real posts. It's a special wood that's able to withstand the beach because the salt air is so able to deteriorate everything quickly. So that is underway. It's a lot of work, but it is already happening. In a few more days, this is all going to be covered and covered way out onto the beach. We're really excited about that. Now, it's about 3:30 in the afternoon, so I'm signing off for the day. I don't think I'm going to have any more to record. It is a gorgeous day out on the beach. I got to get into the office and do a bunch of uploading, downloading, and editing because I need to get back out to the house in León tonight. So I'm doing all of this quickly because it's just a busy work day for me, and I have a meeting in half an hour. All right, I'm gonna call it a day. I've got a lot of work left to do today, and I don't anticipate too much more exciting news, so I hope this walk was fun for you guys and that you enjoyed getting to see a little bit of our city and the center part. I'll try to do some more interesting barrios next time that I get a chance to go out for a walk. I'll see you all tomorrow.